Welcome to the Inland News Minute for Thursday, October 14th. I'm Eric Vilchis. Here are today's headlines. 45-year-old William Atwood Sr. is due in court today, accused of assaulting a man who sent a sexually oriented text message to his teenage daughter. Authorities say Atwood bound the victim with zip ties and shocked him with a taser. He has pleaded not guilty. Foreclosures in the inland area have declined from a year ago, according to an industry report. But analysts say more distressed housing will probably hit the market in the coming months. And Paris Hilton is probably not a fan of the inland area right now. A Wildomar man was arrested after an altercation outside her home on Tuesday. This comes just weeks after a Redlands man was accused of attempting to break into her home. Joining us now is David Olson, reporter for the Press Enterprise. And David, I understand a La Sierra University archaeologist recently finished excavating a 3,000-year-old temple. Why is this so significant?
Well, one thing, Eric, is that it's very rare to find a biblical-era temple. And the other thing is the size of the temple. It's about 3,800 square feet, which doesn't sound that big for a temple. But for that era, it's quite large because back then there was no real technology, so they had to build buildings with their own, with their bare hands. And the other thing about this temple that's interesting is that it was located in a city that's mentioned in the Bible. And it was also mentioned in a stone stela, or a slab, that is now in the Louvre Museum in Paris. The city was mentioned, and the excavation was the first confirmation that a temple actually existed on that site. There were indications or suggestions in the stela that a temple existed, but it wasn't 100% clear.
Well, so what's next for Professor G?
Well, he now needs to do some radiocarbon dating and try to find out when the temple was built, and that will give some insight as to who actually built the temple, whether it was an Israelite tribe or whether it was the Moabites. So that'll be coming up in the next several months. He's been doing some dating of materials. Great.
Well, thank you, David. Well, if you want to see more on this story, check out the Press Enterprise or right here on PE.com. And for other updates on other stories, you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Eric Vilchis. Thanks for joining us.